So y'all, it's Ty back here with another awful coaching video because he really is the awful coach here. I'm a firm believer it's way less about the coaches or the game plan. The only thing the Mavs coach is, if he talks about Tim Hardaway Jr. playing NBA Finals minutes, I agree with that. You know what? Tim Hardaway Jr. should have not gotten in the game. I'm a firm believer in that. Anything else, I just think is going to be not accurate. But I can't wait to listen to him yell at the screen. So without further ado, let's get into it. Shout out to him. And if you are new to either of our channels, make sure to smash that subscribe button.
The Mavericks, this is the most undisciplined, poorly coached defensive team I've ever seen.
Can I get some like earplugs or something? He already yelling and we're 6 seconds in.
Ever. What is PJ Washington doing? What? Stay with Drew Holiday? What are you doing? Stay up. You're still in help on the ball. But I got to be able to recover.
I mean, in that situation, Luka is playing actually good defense on Derek White. What are you doing? It's not a coaching issue. It's a PJ Washington issue. If you do want to blame the coaches, the Mavs game plan is to protect the rim, though. So
you just stop there. Catch and go for two. What?
Come on, man. Come on, man. You're worried about that shot? Come on, man. That is such a tough shot. And I know Drew hits it. But that is such a tough shot.
The most undisciplined, poorly coached defensive team I've ever
I mean, it's Jaden Hardy. He's a bad defender, but
Jaden Hardy. Maxi Kleber is waiting in the middle of the floor to help you. You have the easiest job in the world. Just show your hands, slide your feet, and keep Tatum coming to the middle of the floor. Guess what Jaden Hardy does? Gambles right there on the ball, so now he's backpedaling and Tatum.
Come on, man. He wasn't even backpedaling. He was in fine position. That's a tough shot. If I'm the Dallas Mavericks, I will live with the Celtics shooting that shot. It's a step back three when they be they're getting in the lane.
Three in his eye.
They get in the lane at will. I mean, you gotta live with something. That's pretty good defense, in my opinion.
The most undisciplined, poorly coached team defensively I've ever seen. What is PJ Washington doing again? Stay at the top of the key. Be able to recover to Jason Tatum. Where is PJ Washington going? Jaylen Brown's dribbles picked up.
He's still fine. Like, I just don't understand. He's still fine.
Get out to Tatum.
Now, that next step was bad. He was fine when he was in, like, above the free throw line. Now he's cooked. I don't know why he went that low. Now he's cooked.
Why are you in the paint?
Now he's cooked.
What was that? It's the finals. Who's coaching this?
Now, again, that's a shot that probably shouldn't have went in, but that's bad defense. I'll say that.
The most poorly coached, undisciplined team defensively I've ever seen. Ever. Okay, first of all, the shot goes up. Derek Jones and PJ Washington are on court for offensive rebounds. Why aren't you not getting back right now? See, right now, no one's getting you have 4 Mavericks players under the free throw line. Okay.
I mean, it's a long rebound. Derek Jones Jr. kind of goes for the rebound, so I can't necessarily fault him. But Exum and PJ Washington got to be getting back. And Luka's got to be getting back, too. Luka's just sitting there. Get your butt up and get back, Luka. Stop blaming other people. Tell Luka to get back.
Hey, fine. Boston's cleared this ball. Could Dante Exum? Could PJ Washington? Could someone sprint?
This was bad. This was about as bad as it gets. How are you in the NBA Finals and you don't recognize this? Like, how? How do you not recognize this? There's 6 seconds left. Get back.
Get back and get to Tatum. Someone. Boston has the ball. Why is everyone standing at half court? You've got the most undisciplined, poorly coached defensive.
That was bad. That was bad. That was bad. And the Mavs wonder, oh, well, we started off the game really well. How is it so close? Because it's stuff like this.
Team ever. The most poorly coached, undisciplined team defensively ever. What is Luka Doncic
My
doing?
ears are literally hurting right now.
Feet set, pointers out, constantly seeing ball.
Dude said feet set, pointers out. What are we, in 2nd grade? Like, come on, feet set, pointers out. Are we in 2nd grade? Come on, man. Feet set, pointers out.
constantly seeing man head on a swivel, seeing ball and man at all times. Luka Doncic just completely asleep staring at the ball.
It does make me wonder, like, what is Luka Doncic doing here? And it happens more than just this time. Like, what are you doing?
Luka Doncic just completely asleep staring at the ball.
Like, what is Luka doing defensively? And it's just crazy to me. He's horrible on defense.
PJ Washington, you cannot backpedal. I'm guarding the ball. When Derek White sets the screen, and when Tatum comes off the screen, it's a switch. Tatum hasn't dribbled yet. PJ Washington's already getting ready to switch on to Derek White. He hasn't come off a screen.
Do you understand, though? Do you understand if you do switch that PJ Washington has to get under Derek White? You do realize that, though, right? Like, this dude makes it, and Tatum's at 30 feet. Like, you do realize that things need to happen defensively. Like, if he just stays up and Derek White slips when Tatum starts to come off, then you're in a bind too.
Walking.
I mean, that is it a decent shot? Sure. But it's not the best shot.
Do an open three.
I mean, that's just Tatum being great. He shot, what, 11 and 25? Like, come on, man. Let's not overreact. Let's not overreact. That was a good shot, yes. And maybe not the best defense. And maybe he should have been a little tighter. But when a guy comes and sets the screen, and if you are just playing on switching, you got to get under it.
What exactly would you call this one-on-one defense by Tim Hardaway?
I would call him, he should have never been in the game, is what I would call it. Why is he in the game?
What? Again, help everywhere. Show your hand, slide your feet. Josh Green in the gaps, PJ Washington in the gaps. What is Tim Hardaway doing? Where's he going? What was that? Why are you...
He's a horrible defensive player. I don't know what you want me to say.
Not staying in front of the ball.
Gafford's right there, though. With Gafford right there, they should be okay. Like, they're still fine. I genuinely believe with 8 seconds of the shot clock, this is a possession with where they're at defensively. They should still get a stop. Come on. That's a Gafford issue.
Excuse me?
That's a Gafford issue. It is. Yes, Tim Hardaway Jr. got beat way too easy, but they're in fine position. Gafford cannot get beat off like that.
You can't even explain what Dallas does defensively. PJ Washington, you're guarding Jaylen Brown who has the ball. That's your only focus is the ball. Where's PJ Washington going trying to get a deflection on a pass to Derek White? What are you doing? So Jaylen Brown's just going to go right to the rim.
Yeah, that was
What?
bad, but do you guys realize they're still getting somewhat tough shots? It's not like these shots are so easy to hit. Is it probably maybe like a 50% chance to go in this shot? Probably. Jaylen Brown's been hitting these with ease, but it's like, it's an unguardable shot. Jaylen Brown can get that shot at any moment.
PJ Washington is in help here on this Jaylen Brown drive.
All of them
We got to
are.
get up the line. Up the line. So when I get in that...
Okay, if he's up the line with where Jaylen Brown is at, his help means nothing. If he's in that circle, his help means nothing unless he's over more to Jaylen Brown, and that's not going to matter either because then Al's still going to be wide open.
Gap, that dribble's picked up well outside the paint. And then
It's more of a Kyrie situation. If Kyrie is up tighter, then maybe PJ can get up.
also, it's much easier to recover. What? You're in the paint here waiting for Jaylen Brown. So you get his dribble picked up. He's already in the paint going downhill. Doesn't
But
accomplish anything.
I would like to see this clip where it started because Kyrie let him get there. And at that point, what do you do?
I mean, what even is Luka Doncic's defense? Could you stay level to Jaylen Brown, right? In the gaps with my feet set so I can recover.
Oh, so now you want him to stay level. But earlier you wanted, a possession ago, you wanted him up the line. What is it? Do you want him up the line or do you want him level? What one do you want? Because you can't get both.
Back out when Jaylen Brown gets this pass. Look at Luka.
You just said this is literally the exact play. You said you wanted PJ Washington up the line in the gap. Now you don't. I just don't understand what you want. Yes, Luka's been bad defensively, and I agree. Okay, you can't tell me he's going to get a stop on Jaylen Brown with where this pass is out unless he steals it. It's over.
Luka Doncic.
It's cooked.
Where are you going? What was that? How
I mean,
did
they're
that
still fine, though. Like, I don't know the Mavs game plan, but they switched it. Gafford was in help. They made a good recovery.
Kevin.
They're still okay, or they were okay. if, PJ gets a better contest.
What do the Mavericks do? In practice, in film, what do they do ever?
It's like their game plan is to send them to the bigs. It's what they did during the Timberwolves series. They get past the initial defender, but they send them to the rim. The difference with the Celtics is the Celtics got shooters everywhere. So then you're scrambling constantly.
Derek Lively is going to double baseline here. PJ Washington, you are staring at this happening. You
just
know
gotta drop.
that when Derek Lively doubles, you've got to rotate down to Jaylen Brown and help the helper. You're staring at this double team. Why are you not rotating down to Jaylen Brown? What?
Yeah, that's just bad. That's simple basketball 101 right there. It's not complicated. That situation is not complicated at all.
Get this from Luka Doncic. Your team is down 2-0 in the finals.
Man, I would say look at that from Tim Hardaway Jr. You have the audacity, down 8, to take that out-of-control shot on Derek White, one of the best defenders in the league. That's a Tim Hardaway Jr. issue. And I'm on Luka Doncic alive, but that's a Tim Hardaway Jr. issue. Yes, Luka should be sprinting back, though. Agreed.
Could you get back and stay with Tatum? Look at this in the finals. Look at Luka Doncic walking and then pointing at someone.
I agree, though. Luka's effort in the NBA Finals has been disgraceful to the game of basketball. I'll be the one to say it. Oh, but he's injured. Forget that. I'm so sick and tired of the injured excuse. So sick and tired of it. If you don't put in more, it's an effort thing. It's not an injured. It's not anything else. It's an effort thing. And it bugs me with Luka.
Most poorly coached, undisciplined team defensively I've ever seen. Transition defense, Maxi Kleber needs to sprint back to the top of the key, get his back turned. So
looks like what he's trying to do, man.
Helping on the ball, but I'll be able to take Jaylen Brown trailing the play. Look at Maxi Kleber just jogging back and wandering in the middle of nowhere. So you're just wandering to where exactly? So now
I just don't know if him and Gafford have communicated the situation here. Yeah, they're fine. Okay, they're fine. What's going on right now? Kleber's on Brown, Kyrie's on Hauser, and Gafford's guarding Tillman, is what I see.
Brown's going to catch us. You're not going to be ready to guard. Easy pump fake and go drive.
That's such a tough shot. I don't think he understands, though. And for Jaylen Brown, he's probably, again, you just got to live with some shots. But their game plan is basically to force him to the big men. And they pulled back. He shot a 17-footer, somewhat lightly contested. It is what it is. Great shot.
Is just disgusting. Just disgusting. If Maxi Kleber wants to help, then Gafford's got to force Jaylen Brown to the strong side of the floor. There, you can help and recover.
To me, I've never been a fan of forcing somebody a direction. Square up and play defense. I mean, that's my perspective on things. I don't like forcing them. Why force him there? The strong side is where Derek White's at, and even there you can always recover. I just play him straight up, try to get a stop.
Jaylen Brown's coming to the middle of the floor. Josh Green does a great job in help. This dribble's picked up. Obviously, Maxi Kleber needs to stay in the corner. Josh Green's in help here. The dribble's picked up. Why are you...
He's fine. Do you know what Xavier Tillman shot from 3 this year, man? How many threes is he taking in the playoffs, man? How many threes is he taking in the finals? Because my thing is this. If Xavier Tillman beats you in front of the Mavs bench from 3, you live with it. You live with it. You can't fault the coaching here. If I'm a coach, I'll let Xavier Tillman shoot as many threes as he wants going into this game. I would.
Leaving the corner to come in the paint for no reason.
Because Xavier Tillman is shooting a 3. That's the reason.
Undisciplined, poorly coached.
It's neither of those. It's great coaching, great discipline. It's just Xavier Tillman made a big time shot. I just don't understand why everything's got to be a coaching issue, why everything's got to be an issue. Sometimes great players have made great shots, and in most of these clips, that's what's happening.
This is good right here. Poorly coached, undisciplined. Could Kyrie Irving not gamble? Just slide your feet. You've got help. Nope. Kyrie Irving, first of all, has got to gamble right here. Boom. Now you're blown by. Sam Hauser setting a screen. What is Luka Doncic doing? Could we get over ready to switch on to Jaylen Brown off this?
This dude, Luka, wants nothing to do with defense.
What is Luka doing? What is that? What? Poorly coached?
Bro, this man, Luka, wants nothing to do with defense.
undisciplined garbage. Kyrie Irving, you're playing the gaps. My feet have got to be set so that I can get to the corner. I stunt, I recover. Kyrie Irving's feet are going towards the ball right.
You literally just said stunt and recover. That's literally what Kyrie did. He stunts.
Now on the kick out. But now you're Kyrie Irving. I got to try to get out to the corner. Like
he stunts, made him pick up the ball. The problem with this is Kyrie just never saw the pass.
Okay, dribbles picked up. Sprint, sprint, sprint. What is Kyrie Irving doing? What is
he never saw the pass. See, that's the thing. That's the problem. Kyrie gets flamed for this, but if you don't see the pass, you're not going to sprint to Jaylen Brown.
Kyrie, look, what is he looking at? You're not even trying to recover.
It's just a tough situation because he didn't see the pass.
Atrocious defense from Luka Doncic. First of all, three-quartersing the post is dangerous because, yes, you have backside help right now. But once this pass gets swung to Derek White, Derek Lively's got to get over to Jason Tatum, who becomes one pass away.
And the worst part of it is Luka's not gonna fight for a position here either.
Luka Doncic is going to get sealed right here. You're not getting underneath. You're not battling for position. So Jaylen Brown's got a perfect seal on Luka Doncic because of all this. But now, I mean, you're Luka Doncic. Try defensively. What? Jaylen Brown's dribbles picked up. Why are your hands not in the air contesting the shot? What is Luke?
Because if you do that and he pump fakes, then you might be out of position.
Why are you not contesting? What are you doing?
Man, that's a tough shot to contest. Do you realize how tough of a shot that is to get a good contest on without fouling? Look at Jaylen Brown's body. Look at his body. Luka is not that athletic. That's going to be tough to even contest. I as much as I flame Luka defensively,
most poorly
Jaylen Brown is tough, man. That's all there is to say.
Coached, undisciplined team defensively I've ever seen. PJ Washington, Derek Lively in the gap.
It's just the problem here is Tim Hardaway Jr. is the low man. Like that. This is the Dallas Mavericks game plan, but Tim Hardaway Jr. is the low man. Josh Green's got to be able to get a stop here because otherwise it's over with.
Could Josh Green just slide his feet and not gamble? Could you do that? There's 3 minutes left in the finals of Game 3. Nope. Immediately coming out to gamble. So you gamble. Jason Tatum now completely blows by you. Straight line to the rim. That forces Tim Hardaway to step up. And now even when Jason Tatum misses this layup, no one to box out Jaylen Brown.
I mean, that was kind of. I think Jason Kidd told him to go there to that side. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but I'm sure. I'm sure they had good reasoning for it. Again, the tough part here is you got to find a way to get Lively at the rim. Like that's what the Mavs have to find a way to do.
Early coach garbage. That's all this is. First of all, why is Tim Hardaway not forcing Drew Holiday in the middle of the floor? There's nothing but bodies there and help. So you force some baseline right here. That's going to require a rotation. So Kyrie Irving's going to help at the rim. Derek Lively's rotating in the corner. You work on this. PJ Washington, you're going to have to rotate to the wing and Derek White. Josh Green would come up to Al Horford and Tim Hardaway would come to Jason Tatum. Let's take a look at where PJ Washington goes. Standing in.
Did he think he was going to shoot the layup? Because it is bad. And a couple of times it is PJ Washington's rotation.
Aimlessly in the paint. Wide open.
Can't give that up. You can't give that up in that situation. You cannot give that up.
Jason Kidd being atrocious. Al Horford's setting a cross screen right here. So Kyrie Irving's got to be attached to Al Horford no matter what you're doing. You can jam Jason Tatum as he comes through the cross screen so PJ Washington can get on the other side. If you're switching, I'm still attached to Al Horford and I'm getting low and bad.
Okay, but does he realize if every time this happens, and I don't even like Kyrie's positioning. I wish he was maybe seeing the ball a little bit more, but maybe over a step to that. But if every time you have two guys staying attached on that type of a screen, well, guess what? Then there's going to be nobody in help. Kyrie just needs to shift take maybe one more step towards Tatum and then shift his hips a little bit. I don't like him not seeing the ball right here.
Battling for position the second Tatum comes off the screen. Look at Kyrie Irving just hanging out in the middle of nowhere. Now it's
simple, though. If PJ Washington fights through the screen like Kyrie wants him to, he's in fine position. It's just a miscommunication, to be honest.
Fronting.
Kyrie didn't even want to switch that. It's a miscommunication.
It is not possible to be this undisciplined defensively. What do the Mavericks talk about in film? So here's a switch. Tim Hardaway Jr., just slide your feet. You've got help. Don't gamble. Look at Tim Hardaway on the switch. The second Jaylen Brown comes off of it, look at Tim Hardaway. You've got help everywhere. Help everywhere. Nope. Tim Hardaway immediately coming out to
He's not gambling. Like, that's the whole thing. He's not gambling. His feet get out of position, so then he reaches out his arm to stop Jaylen Brown's drive. He's not gambling. It's just these guys are great offensive players. Tim Hardaway Jr. is a bad defender. It's going to happen.
Gamble, completely turned around.
This is the problem I have with awful coaching. That is such a tough shot. And Jaylen Brown is fantastic. But that is such a tough shot. If you do not want those shots to go in, if you don't want to give those shots up, then I don't know what you're doing defensively. Because what do? Eventually, you're got to give up something. It's basketball. You're going to give up something. He knocked down a 19-foot contested shot. That's what he took with it being a 2-point game. Jaylen Brown is great. He's fantastic. Let's give him some credit. The guy I'm never going to give credit to is this guy above me. He's an idiot. He does not know ball. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. As always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.